Good morning and welcome to Mrs. Jensen's audiobook. I'm going to read with you guys today since I haven't seen you and it's a nice way to kind of connect together. We're going to pick up from the Odyssey Part II, Circe in the Land of the Dead. So as you read in the where we pick up from our hero, he tries to travel home to Ithaca and of course is met with obstacles. He lands on the home of Circe, who is a beautiful witch goddess. And at first she attempts to control Odysseus and his men by turning them into pigs. However, Odysseus outsmarts her and beats her in combat, and ultimately Circe falls in love with Odysseus. He remains there for a year until his men finally persuade him to start for home. Our proud hearts were persuaded by her words. We stayed there day by day for 1 whole year, feasting on sweet wine and huge stores of meat. But as the months and seasons came and went, the long spring days returned. A year had passed. My trusty comrade summoned me and said, "You God-driven man, now the time has come to think again about your native land, if you're someone who's destined to be saved and reach your lofty home and soil once more." My proud heart was persuaded by their words. So all day long until the sun went down, we sat there, feasting on huge plates of meat and on sweet wine. After the sun had set and darkness came, they all lay down to sleep in the shadowy hall. I went to Circe in her impressive bed and clasped her knees. The goddess listened to me as I spoke, pleading with her. My words had wings. "Circe, skilled in spells, fulfill the promises you made to send me home. My spirit's keen to leave, as are the hearts of my companions too, who, as they grieve around me, drain my heart whenever you are not here among us." I spoke. The goddess answered me at once. "Odysseus, son of Laertes and Zeus's child, if it's against your will, you should not now remain here in my house. But first, you must complete another trip to the home of Hades and Persephone, to consult the shade of blind Tiresias, the Theban prophet. His mind is unimpaired. Even though he's dead, dread Persephone has granted him the power to understand. The others simply flit about mere shadows." As Circe finished, my spirit was breaking. I sat weeping on her bed, for my heart no longer wished to live or glimpse the light. But when I'd had enough of shedding tears and rolling in distress, I answered her, "Circe, who will be the guide on such a trip? No black ship has ever sailed to Hades." The lovely goddess gave me a quick answer. "Resourceful and clever Odysseus, do not concern yourself with a pilot for your ship. Raise the mast, spread out your white sail, and just take your seat. And then the breath of north wind Boreas will take you on your way. But once your ship has crossed flowing ocean, drag it ashore at Persephone's groves on the level beach where tall poplars grow. Willows shed their fruit right beside deep swirling Oceanus. Then you must go to Hades' murky home, where Periphyton and Cocytus, a stream which branches off the river Styx, flow into Acheron. There's a boulder where these two foaming rivers meet. Go there, heroic man, and do just what I say. Move close and dig a hole there 2 square feet. Pour libations to the dead around it, the first with milk and honey, next sweet with wine, and then a third with water, and shake out white barley meal. Then pray there in earnest to all her hapless heads who've died, with a vow that when you reach Ithaca, at home, you'll sacrifice a barren heifer, the best you have, and will cram the altar with lovely gifts and make an offering to Tiresias, a black ram just for him, the finest creature in your flocks. And then when you've offered prayers of supplication to celebrated nations of the dead, you'll sacrifice a ram and a ewe, twisting their heads down towards Erebus, while you turn to face the flowing rivers looking back. At that point, many spirits will emerge. They'll be shadows of the dead. Then call your crew. Tell them to flay and burn the sheep lying there, killed by ruthless bronze. Pray to the gods, to powerful Hades and dread Persephone. Then from your thigh you must draw out the sharpened sword, and sitting there prevent the powerless heads of those who have died from coming near the blood, until you've heard Tiresias." Circe spoke. When early the rosy-fingered dawn appeared on her golden throne, Circe dressed me in a cloak and tunic, and clothed her body in a long white robe, a lovely, fine woven garment, and tied a splendid golden belt around her waist. On her head she placed a veil. Then I went through her whole house, rousing my companions with words of reassurance to them all. "No more sleeping now, no sweet slumbering. Let's go. Queen Circe's told me what to do." That's what I said, and their proud hearts agreed.